My name is Chris Strespeck, and I'm the former owner of Down Home Baking Company and Cookies by the Dozen. And today we're going to go over my favorite brownie recipe. So in the bowl, I have 12 ounces of Hershey's Special Dark. You can use a semi-sweet. Hershey's works really well in this recipe, but you can try others. So there's one full bag, 12 ounces of chocolate chips, melted together with 1 stick of butter. And we're just going to combine those two things. All I did is pop it in the microwave for 1.5 minutes, but you can do it over a double boiler as well. So we're just gonna mix that until it's really smooth and all that butter is incorporated in the chocolate. It takes about 1 minute. And we're just looking for it to be nice and melty. And we got that. We're gonna add 1 cup of granulated sugar. Add that until that is all absorbed into the chocolate butter mixture. And then we're going to add 4 eggs and then a teaspoon of vanilla. So we'll add our 4 eggs. We'll give that a good mix to incorporate that. I'm using today a vanilla bean paste, which is a little bit stronger than a vanilla extract. But if you have vanilla extract, go ahead and use that. You use 1 teaspoon. I just happen to like the paste because it has a little bit stronger flavor. It's a ground vanilla beans with an emulsion. So we're just going to keep mixing that until our eggs are fairly well incorporated. It doesn't have to be completely incorporated, but you want it well mixed. So you can see that. You can no longer see individual strands of egg. And then to that, we're going to add our final ingredient, which is 1.5 cups of all-purpose unbleached flour. So it's not a lot of flour, but it's enough to keep it fudgy, yet it will still set up. So 1.5 cups of unbleached flour, and we're just going to fold that in. By fold, I mean you're going to come up to the bottom and flip it over. And then once that's folded in, where it's not going to spray around, and you can go ahead and mix a little more vigorously. You want to make sure you pick up all that dry bit of flour. It tends to hide on the bottom. You really want to get in there. I like to make this recipe by hand so that it doesn't get overworked by a mixer, but by all means, if you need to use a mixer, just make sure it's on low and you mix it as little as possible, because you don't want to overbeat this or the chocolate could actually crack. And what we're trying to do is make a tender cookie, not a crackly cookie or crackly brownies. So that is all that there is to the batter. At this point, you have 2 options. You can make regular brownies in a brownie pan, or you can portion them out into cookies and they'll make great brownie cookies. And that's what I'm doing today. So I'm going to get a teaspoon and a pan that I had already prepared, and we're just going to drop this. If you let it sit up for a little bit, it will thicken up on its own and it'll be a little bit easier to portion out. But for our purposes today, we're just going to do this. We're just going to get a little bit of batter in each spot. And they will spread a bit. I've lined this pan with non-stick foil. You can use parchment paper, whatever you like to use. I just know that this is more available to people in stores than parchment paper is, at least in some areas of the world. So you can give this a shot. And we're just going to go ahead and portion out a couple of these on here. And you can add anything that you like. If you like shredded coconut, you can top it with shredded coconut. If you like peanut butter, you can swirl in some peanut butter before you put this on the pan and make peanut butter chocolate. So you can make it your own. You could add chocolate chunks, white chocolate chips, anything you like. I hope you try it. I hope you really love it. It bakes at 350 for about 5 minutes or so. Give an eye, give a look at it. It should start to crackle on the top. Be soft yet firm. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks for joining me today. Happy baking.